name is we know that Sohan. The password they have given that. Okay, now the first thing is that if you want to know the tables whatever present in your database, so what is the command I'm going to type? Select star from tab. So when I say select star from tab, it is going to display the list of tables whatever they in your database. So in these databases, we know that what are the default tables here? EMP. Okay, one is EMP table, the other one is DBT table, the other one is what? Bonus table, the other one is what? Salary grade table. So we know that what are the default tables here. So what are the default tables, Amma? One table is what? EMP, DEPT, salary grade, bonus, dummy. These are the five default tables which are being there in your database. So now using these tables, what we are going to do means we are going to write the different types of queries using the select command to retrieve the information from this table. So if you want to write different types of queries using the select command, you want to have a perfect knowledge that what are the columns are there in EMP table, what are the columns are there in DEPT table, and what are the columns are there in salary grade, and what are the columns are there in bonus and dummy. So but in my explanation, I'm going to consider only two tables. One is EMP and the other one is DEPT. So as we have discussed earlier also, but once shortly we repeat that. Okay, so what are the what are the columns are there in EMP table? So if you want to see the number of columns, so my question is that what are the columns are there in EMP table, and in each and every column what type of value we are going to store. So if you want to know the information that what are the columns are there in EMP table, and in the column what type of data you are going to store, if you want to know the information, just we are going to type what? Describe EMP. So when you type describe EMP, what happen here? It displaying the names of the columns which are there in a EMP table. So what are the columns here? EMP number, E name, job, MGR, high date, commission, department number. These are the 8 columns are there, and in each and every column what value we are going to store, what type of data we are going to store? Number. When it comes to the e name, we are going to store varchar2. When it comes to the high date, we are going to store date data type. Okay, so now for this here some questions are there here. Observe now, how many columns are there in EMP table? So we have seen that how many columns are there? Total 8 columns are there. What are the names? So have been written same there, that names one: employee number, employee name, job, manager, high date, salary, commission, and department number. Totally how many columns? 8 columns are there. Okay, now my second question is that uh, in this uh, in this table, now how many records are there? What is record? I said a row is called as a record or as tuple. Now how many records are there in this table? So how to see that?
14 books.
Yes, select star from EMP. Okay, 14 records are there. Good. So now what the problem here is, I am unable to see the total line space here. So defaultly what happened here is the line space is being means the line size has been given up to 80 characters. If you want to increase the line size, just what we are going to do here is we are going to write type one command that set a line size space 120. Now what happened here? The line size will be increased to 120. Defaultly, what is the line size here? In a line, it is going to take up display only up to 80 characters, means 80 columns. If you want to increase, now I increase it how much size? 120. So the same command when I type this, did you observe the differences here? Previously it is shown up to 80 columns and the remaining is been shifted to the next line. But now When I increase the line size, it is been displaying in a single line, every column, every row, everything. So here, how many columns, how many rows are there here? 14 rows. So many people may ask you a question that how many employees are there in EMP table? We can say how many employees now? 14 employees. If you ask you another question that how many records are there in EMP table now, defaultly, how many records? 14 records are there. Okay, remember that. Once again I'm saying that in EMP table, how many records are there? 14 records are there. How many columns are there? How many columns? 8 columns. One
Eight
is
columns.
employee number, the other one is employee name, job, MGR, high date, salary, commission, department number. Now, what is my second query question here? What is star indicates in the query? Okay, now here we are typing like this: select star from, select star from EMP. Now what is the star indicates? The question here is that what is star indicate? Star indicates nothing but columns. Star indicates nothing but what? All columns in your EMP table. In your EMP table, what are the how many columns are there? I said 8 columns. When you don't know about 8 columns and you want to define, you want to see the all the column values, then I'm going to mention what? Star here. So when I mention star, all the columns values will be displayed. Suppose if you want to see the only specific column values, then I am specify here like this: select. Suppose I want to specify, I want to see only the employee number and name, that's all. So what is the column name here? Employee number. I want to give employee number, comma, what is the next column name here? Employee name. So I'm giving employee name. From which table? From EMP. Now I am able to see only the specified column values. So I specified how much, what one column? Employee number. The other one is what? Employee name. Okay. Now the similarly, whatever the column you want to see, suppose I want to see the column like employee names and the salary. So how to write? How to write? Select employee name, comma, salary from EMP. So you people think that sir is writing these column names. Actually you want to have an idea that what is the column names. You want to remember, or if you don't know the column names, you can type describe and you can see, you can type employee number, it displays the column names. So what I'm doing here now, select employee name and salary. So each and every employee name and their salary is being displayed. Okay, now similarly I want to see the employee names and their department number. How to write? How to write, Amma? So I have been showing some columns here.
Select employee name.
Okay, we are having some column names here. See, employee number, employee name, job, MGR, high date, salary, commission, department number. Now what I want to see, I want to display only the employee names and department number. So how to write? Select employee name, and the other one is what column I want to take? Department number. From which table? EMP table. So now I can able to see Smith belongs to which department? 20 department. So now what I am doing here, using the select command, I am going to choose the columns values what I want to see. So what columns I am selecting here? Employee name and department number. So previously what column have been selected here? Employee name and salary. So like that, whatever the column I required, that column is been selected. Now if I want to see the employee names and their high date also, so high date from EMP. So this is the way I'm going to choose the columns. Suppose if you specify now what is star? Star means what? All column values. Okay, star means all column values are being displayed. If you specify some column, that column values will be displayed. That is the differences between the star and specified columns. Now coming to here, now what is the next one here? How many columns are there in the department table? Now fourth one is that how many columns are there in the department table? Similarly, I observed that
Excuse me, sir.
EMP table. Now I'm going to see that what are the,
హలో
yes,
సార్, అది దుర్గా ప్రసాద్ అంట డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయింది, మళ్ళీ యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయమని చెప్పేసి అడుగుతున్నాడు సార్.
చేశాను యాక్సెప్ట్ చేశాను.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay. Now similarly I want to see the department table. So how I have been checked everything in EMP table, the same thing. So describe DEPT. Now how many columns are there in the DEPT? 3 columns are there. So one is department number, the other one is department name, the other one is what? Location. Now in the department number, what you are going to store? Number data type. In the department name, varchar 2, in the location also varchar. So in the department table, we are having 3 columns, and how many records are there? Selector. Now what I want to specify? Star indicates nothing but what? All the 3 columns which are there in your DEPT table. So how many records are there? 4. How many records are there? 4 records are there. Okay. Now we are being clear about what columns are there in EMP table. So how many columns? 8 columns. Now what columns are there in the EPT table? 3 columns. Department number, department name, and location. Okay, the point is very clear. The second thing is